Hello everybody, my name is Dino V and this is Barney, isn't it? It is. Say hello Barney. Hello Barney, hello Dino. On this video, what I'm going to do is talk again about Live Aid, being how historic it is now, incredible, but I'm going to focus on some of the memorabilia I've got, and this is one of the greatest magazines I purchased of the concert. It's a French magazine, it's brilliant. Some people have said to me, did you really go to Live Aid? Well, there's my ticket. Paid £25, £5 for the ticket, £20 donation. And there's my programme. Of course, I suppose you could go on auction sites or eBay or whatever and buy all this, but I did go. I got photos as well to prove it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a brilliant French magazine that is a photographic history and record of the day. So I'm going to switch over now. So look at this French magazine. It is quite beautiful. Okay, here we go. Band-Aid. Le Concert. Oh la la, Monsieur Vechera. Those are the British Times. This is, if you look at the running order, that's obviously for the United Kingdom. What does that say there? Kill time, murder, success. There is a front stage centre high queue system to help you keep time. The lights mean the following. There we go. So full credit to the people who took the photographs in this magazine and were involved in it. It's some of the greatest pictures I've ever seen. And there were a lot of photographers there that day. So as I say, I don't own the rights to this, but it's a beautiful magazine. It's very hard to get. Introduction. It's all in French, so I'm not going to read it. Here we go. Juliette, 85. What's 85? 85, that's Italian. Je dois essayer d'une vue montrer cela. Il y a un enfant. I'm not going to say it. That's my French finished. So that's the introduction in Francais. There's Bob and members of the police. Not the band, the police. Ashford and Timpson, Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock. And Teddy Pendergrass, what a voice that guy had, huh? You don't have to put on the red light, those days are over. Stinger did Roxanne a Message in a Bottle, which was great, but in my opinion, he should have had a band and rocked everyone, because it was quite relaxing, but I wanted oomph, but I always want oomph. So Sting, if you do another one, jazz it up. No, not jazz. I mean, Marsalis was brilliant with you, and it was great. First time I'd seen Sting. Always been a fan, but I wish I'd have done a rocking version of Message in a Bottle and Roxanne and Every Breath You Take. I have a picture pinned to my wall. Thompson Twins, who played JFK. I love the Thompson Twins band. I wish they'd have played in the UK. Did Hold Me Now, Revolution, and they played with Madonna. They were one of the biggest, hottest pop bands in the world at the time. Good old Mr. Bailey. And he still tours now. Go and see him. Highly recommended. Dire Straits. I want my MTV. I know a lady that owns a car that belonged to the drummer in Dire Straits. It's a big American car, and she doesn't live far from me. It's gigantic. Dire Straits were brilliant. What did they do? Money for Nothing, and we had the Sultans. Swing. Sorry, I sound a bit like Bob Dylan then. He's doing all right. You may know who they are. The McCartneys. Paul and Linda. Linda was there supporting Paul, as I say, supporting, not on stage, but literally she was there. And I also seen videos as well. If you know the McCartney entourage, I saw Trevor Jones there and John Hamill. I didn't see them physically, but I saw footage. That's the reason I went to Live Aid, to see this man who had not done a concert since December 79. May be aware he was supposed to play in January 1980, but he was a naughty boy in Japan. Naughty, you're a very naughty man. It's a beautiful picture of Paul and the lovely Linda, who I've met many, many times. Wow, lovely couple. That's why I went. Patti LaBelle. I was going to wear that dress. I'm glad I didn't, because I'd looked daft. That was in JFK again. Le Jukebox Global, Neil Young. I've been searching for a heart of gold. Still playing, and went down a storm at Glastonbury. Crosby, Stills and Nash. Hey, Mr. No, he said, hey, Mr. Tambourine. Try and think of the Hollies. Is a little Hollies. You may be aware, Mr. Nash was in the Hollies, and years ago when I worked at Northampton Motorhouse, Bobby Elliott coming, cause the Hollies were in town, and he gave me free tickets and went backstage and met all the Hollies. Got a lot of time for Hollies. Crosby, Stills and Nash. I didn't say Young because Young's on the other page. I saw them play as well at Hyde Park when I went to see Paul McCartney again. Can't remember the year. It was World Cup year. Was it 2010, 2009? Yes, so they played in JFK. So they got the power station. Some like it hot. Some like... There's the Robert Palmer. Where is Robert Palmer? That's not him, is it? I've just realised. Robert Palmer... Is that him? Doesn't look like him. Never noticed that before. Well, Robert Palmer was the lead singer of the power station. I bought Some Like It. There's the Cars, whose song, obviously, Drive, was used to show footage of the awful situation in Ethiopia. And every time I hear it now, it takes me back to that. Santana, he's very smooth. What a great band they are. Madonna, hottest female in the world. Then Get Into the Groove and Holiday and everything she did. Who knew that she'd still sell millions and millions of records years after that gig? Kenny Loggins, down, gotta cut loose, foot loose. Led Zeppelin. What can you say about these musicians, eh? Surprised they got back to do it. Phil Collins flew over and joined them on the drums, and they weren't happy. Now the party's over. I'm so tired. Mr. Cool, Mr. Chic, always looking amazing. Mr. Ferry, it's great to see him do Slave to Love. You may be aware, which I wasn't aware at the time, Dave Gilmour joined him to play guitar on it, and on Jealous Guy at Wembley. Joan Baez. Amazing Grace. And she's next to Bob Dylan. Oh, a former man, yes. How many roads? You know the song. Weren't they amazing, The Who? They reformed specially for it. What a performance. Didn't realise that the TV cut out the signal around the world, so only those in the stadium got to see it. I think on the DVD it was put in, so if you buy the DVD box set, there's a lot of stuff cut out. The Who has got the full stuff. What did they do? I forgot their flaming did. Barbara O'Reilly, did they do? I watched My Generation, Teenage Wasteland. It's only teenage. What a performance. The Ox sadly no longer with us. Kenny Jones, who played with the Faces. Pete and Roger, sounds like the woman mates. Not. There's Mr. Collins, did both gigs. And Bob, just give us the money. Just give us the money, said Bob. Take a look at me now. Phil Collins not in such great health, unfortunately. Duran Duran, wish they'd have played in the UK. Simon the Taylors and Nick Rhodes. They seem to change their hair every time you saw them. They did their set in America, and everyone goes on about the bit where, is it View to a Kill, where Simon, she always got a sore throat. Look what he's doing with his tongue. Look at John there. They were a very cool band, weren't they? Billy Ocean, Gonna Be Your Lover. Red Light Spells. Beach Boys. Sadly, Brian passed away recently. One of the greatest arrangers, songwriters ever was. Beach Boys, got a lot of time for them. I'd say God Only Knows must be in my top 5 songs ever. They played again in America. Queen stole the show. Freddie, sadly no longer with us either. They ripped it to pieces. They destroyed everyone else. No one stood a chance, but they did turn the volume up apparently. And well, what can you say? If you've seen the film Bohemian Rhapsody as well, which is kind of a bit fictional, brilliant, but Live Aid to see Queen, the only time I ever saw an incredible. Pretenders, recognise that guitarist? He went on to join McCartney's band. That's Robbie. The brilliant Chrissie Hynde in the band. I remember hearing what was it when she started out in the early days? Was it 79 with Brass in Pocket? But I think they called it the first new wave #1. Actually, was that the Boomtown Rats with Rat Trap? Anyway, you didn't often see a female lead singer of a band, and one that played guitar as well and write the songs. Love the Pretenders. So many great songs that they've done. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Again, Tom Petty no longer is live. Became one of the Wilburys as well. I love that track, American Girl. And if you haven't got his album Full Moon Fever, you need to get Full Moon Fever. Run DMC. It's like that. and that's the way it is. That was years before that song came out. I don't even know what songs they had out. Down, 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 down. I'm going to do a Temptations song now. What songs did the Four Tops? Did they do Reach Out, I'll Be There? Didn't play in the UK. Must have been in the States. It's quite strange, this, because I thought just the photographers from France were at Wembley. Look at this. Mr. Geldof walks on with the rats. See if you can see me here. I can't see me. I don't know where I was then. By the end, I was down here, just here, and McCartney was kind of here. Yeah, just there. Well, kind of maybe there. But I was here, around here at the end. But back then, I was probably around here, here-ish, something like that. Hello, London. Hello, Wembley. Hello, JFK. Mr. Phil Collins. Studio. No, he didn't do studio, but he did In the Air Tonight. An acoustic. Do you call it acoustic when it's on piano? Anyway, Phil was brilliant. Played in the UK. Noel Edmonds took him by helicopter to Heathrow, and then he went to JFK. Funny old world, isn't it? He played with Clapton, he played with Zeppelin, and he played the piano. Possibly my favourite performance. Of course, I went to see McCartney, but seeing Bowie, who to me was always beyond human. What did he do? Modern Love. I don't want to go out. I don't want to stay in. My TVC15. When he did TVC15, I'd never heard the song. Oh, 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 oh. My youngest daughter adores that song. I love TVC15. He did Modern Love, he did Heroes, which I think was the most apt song of the day, with Thomas Dolby on the keyboards. And there's a guy that kind of percussion. If you see him, he's got his top off. I always thought he looked a bit like Adamant. But Bowie, I was always a fan. I became a super fan that day, and there was a mist and aura about him when he came out on stage. That didn't happen with anyone else. Just Bowie. I couldn't believe he really existed. I love you since I knew you. I wouldn't thought that to you. Every breath you take. We're from Dublin. It's a fair city. It's got its good and its bad. This is a song called Bad. Bono, you know the band. Shane didn't do Pride in the Name of Love, but we don't get everything we want. I look here to see if I'm there, but I remember when U2 come on, I went back because it was insane. This is when the crowd went super wild. U2 were the hottest, biggest band in the world. They became even bigger after this. So I don't know if you can see yourself here. I'm in a magazine, but not this one. But I was working, I don't know, I seem to remember when U2 were on, there was a lot of pushing and shoving, almost fighting. That's not the message we wanted for the day. But I moved back. I'd been working my way forward to see McCartney, but I moved back and waited till it calmed down after you, because it was just insane. Jack Nicholson. Here's Jackie. And that's Stephen Stills as well. And there's some polythene. Yeah, there we go. If you're on these photos, please comment and let us know. The lovely Princess Diana and Prince Charles, soon obviously he's king now. Sir Bob, wasn't Sir then. You got Roger Taylor of Queen there. Just how beautiful was that one? I mean, just look at her eyes. I had a big crush on Diana. I'd never seen anyone on TV so beautiful, so glamorous, with so much hair. Well, apart from George Michael, I didn't fancy him. But yeah, Princess Diana, who in 1985 we were expecting to be our future queen. Beautiful, beautiful lady. It was lovely to see him. I saw her several times at various things I went to, not to follow her, she was just there. Maybe she was following me. Have you seen this as well? This is quite nice. John Lennon for, can't read what it says. John Lennon for peace, is it? John Lennon obviously didn't turn. He'd been murdered a few years before. And look at this. Look at this. I've never seen this. Is that your bum? Sorry. That's brilliant, isn't it? Security. Is that Wembley? It doesn't look like security at Wembley. And that doesn't like. That's not Wembley. That is not Wembley, I tell you. Because police in the United Kingdom do not have hats like that. So I guess that was America. There, of course, there were concerts going on around the world. I think Australia, possibly Germany, throughout the world. Paul Young, who I was a big fan of at the time, went to see him solo as well. He did Every Time You Go Away. He teased people with Do They Know It's Christmas. He was amazing. Had Alison Moyet come on as well and do That's the Way Love Is. And he also did, was it Tear Your Playhouse Down? I'm getting confused with the song that he did now. No, it was Down, 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 Down. That's Every Time You Go Away. Anyway, he did another one. Down, you better now. Oh, Come Back and Stay. That's what he did. Brilliant, brilliant performer. Bryan Adams. Do you know when he brought his first real 6-string? He played it till his fingers bled. He was amazing. One, a Canadian rocker. He played over in JFK. There's some lights in there. Ozzy just done his farewell last gig. Look at that. He looks healthier now, I think, than what he did then. He looks an absolute mess on that, to tell the truth. He played with the Sabbath, and they've just done their final gig just a week before last, I believe it was. Keith, probably the oldest person on the planet, still alive, still rocking, still kicking, still playing. Didn't think much of kind of the Mini Stones reunion, but Jagger played with Tina Turner. But that was the man. That was the man I went to see. And I didn't take this photo, I'd like to say I did, but he was in front of me when he performed. Didn't even realise the mic wasn't working. I was too overwhelmed. So Reg, Elton John, recently, well, he stole Glastonbury a few years ago. Still rocking, 85 that was, and he's only really in the last couple of years stopped touring. Incredible man, written so many great songs, many which we probably all love. There's Mick. Yeah, all right, come on, Mick, do your stuff. He did State of Shock with Tina Turner. Look at those lips. Yeah, all right. Where's Keith? I'm going to play with Tina. She's better looking and got better legs. Of course, Tina Turner no longer around. I didn't see the Live Aid bit the other night with Jagger on. I watched quite a lot of it, but not till the end. But I know when he come on, it looked brilliant. I wish he'd played in the UK as well. But he played with Tina Turner, so he did State of Shock. But did he do Satisfaction? Tell me, I can't remember. There's Stephen Stills. He's not asleep at the guitar. He's just lost in the moment, like you do at JFK. So here, I don't know if this is JFK or Wembley. Do you know, I've never even checked to see if I'm on this photo. But is that me? No. Actually, is that Paul McCartney? I'm sure that's Paul McCartney. He's in the flaming crowd. So what country is this in? Trying to work out if this is UK or the States. I'm trying to look at the hats. It looks like it might be America. How can I tell? Can I really tell? There's an international crowd, people from all around the world. Remember, people flew in, I know, to the UK from everywhere. Eric. Layla, try to give you conversation when your old man, he let you down. Who are you singing about, Eric? So Mr. Slowhand never fails to impress, does he? Did he do The White Room as well, I believe? Elvis Costello did an English folk song from a band up north. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. I like Elvis. Both Elvises. John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin. There's Robert. And Jimmy, he forgot his name. Led Zeppelin, which was incredible. I'm not sure if they've only played once since then as a tribute concert to, was it one of their managers, I believe, or producer. There's Keith, he's got some grey hair. There's Mr. Zimmerman and Jack. 3 super legends in one picture. Adamant. Now, I was so looking forward to him. I was a big fan of his. I was hoping he'd do Ant Music, Stand and Deliver, Goody Two Shoes, Kings of the World Frontier, and he did Viva La Rock. To me, it was a missed opportunity, but he was promoting his new single. He did dance and move around. I thought it was great. I've never seen him since, but I wish he'd have done an Ad and the Ants classic. Dancing with tears in my eyes. Ultravox Midyear, one of the organisers. I wish they had done All Stood Still. When they did Vienna, that was incredible. But look at those glasses. You ever seen such cool glasses? Seriously. Thanks to Midge and Bob. Yeah, it's a deal. The person who stole the show, Mr. Mercury. Never saw them again. Thank God I saw them that day. Shall I read this? Pensez à tout. Ses bouches affamées. Freddie Mercury Queen. Oh la la. C'est magnifique. Stole the show. Simple as that. Bob and Keith. Didn't think it was very good when they played at all. Just didn't think it was great. Bowie and Jagger, if you remember, they recorded Dancing in the Street and released that in a cheesy video. Everyone thinks it's a rubbish video. I think it was made on the cheap. It was made quickly. They just put some clothes on, went and shot a video early in the morning. I love the video. Brilliant. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Ah, bless the Beach Boys. Amazing. Okay, Pete Townsend. I'm always surprised his arm doesn't fall off. Look at that. It's Mr. Energy, isn't he? Look at that, and look at that photo. Make sure you watch The Who. Make sure you watch The Who's performance. It's kind of eerie. especially when Roger's standing there with a microphone. Ding, 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 ding. Won't get fooled again. That's what they did when they do won't get fooled again. And Pete fell over, and I think because Pete fell over, Roger did it as well to kind of mimic him. What did you think of the Who's performance? In fact, like and comment on any of these that you saw on TV. Where did you watch it on TV? Were you there? Did you have tickets and couldn't go? So that's Pete. There's Stuart Adamson of Big Country, sadly no longer with us either. If you notice at the end of Live Aid, he is there on stage. And just looking there, isn't that the... No, I might have got... Was that the pianist of the Boomtown Rats? I might be wrong on that. Bless him, Stuart Adamson. Bono being arrested by the police. We're from Ireland, I'm not sure. When you want super legends, they seriously don't come bigger than them. They do not come bigger than Bowie and McCartney. Two men who have probably influenced more rock and roll and pop stars and people as musicians than anyone else, apart from Elvis Presley. But what I always say is, Elvis didn't write his own songs or really play an instrument. Not knocking Elvis, he was the king, he started all. But these two have probably written more songs and influenced more people than anyone else in history. So Paul Bowie and David McCartney. I never get the names wrong. Phil and Sting being interviewed. I'm not sure it was for MTV. Yeah, because MTV was around then. Wow, remember MTV? Do I have to tell you who this is? Oh, the best legs on earth. The best hair on earth, the most beautiful smile. Tina Turner no longer with us. I've got to stop saying this. I saw her, Jagger and Bowie, and leaving the Prince's Trust concert in 1986 in a car. Because I was there, I was. Bono. Feed the world with... Yep. The main man to me. So that's Bono and Paul McCartney. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Of course, Lionel Richie wrote the American song, which I forgot about. Not Did I Know It's Christmas. It's called Feed the World. Feed the World. Is it called Heal the World? What's it called? I forgot what it's flaming called. We Are the World. That's it. He wrote that with Michael Jackson. Jackson didn't perform. Simon with a funny voice on A View to a Kill. Tina, look at that. What's love got to do? Got to... In a state of shock. I think Jagger was. That, in fact, it's a perfect match, isn't it? Jagger and Tina Turner. It would have been great if they'd have done a duets album. If you notice, a lot of artists have written things on their hands as well. Usually it's lyrics or the songs that they're going to do. And who was it? Was it the Dire Straits drummer? I think he's put Hello Mum on his drums. Was it a Dire Straits drummer? Bob? How many roads must a man walk down and slave to love? The end of the British concert. Pete, Bob and Paul. What a flaming show. I hope you've enjoyed this. Here is Wembley Stadium after the show. Now, are you on this photo? I presume these guys were involved in this French magazine. So, bonjour, monsieur et monsieur. I look on here to see if I was on here. That's not me having a cigarette either, but it'd be great if you're on this. I look for myself because I was down here, because McCartney was there and I was down around here. So I do look there, and I've looked a few times, and I had a Live Aid t-shirt on by the end. I took my Beatles Help t-shirt off, and yeah, anyway, what a day. Just incredible. One of the greatest days of my life, and that's it. Au revoir from Dino. I hope you enjoyed it. Ciao. Or say ciao, Barney. Ciao, Barney. He's so silly.